Welcome to MidDay Motivation, where we encourage and inspire you in 5 minutes or less. I want to ask you a question today. It's probably one that you've not been asked recently, or maybe not at all. It's, are you the biggest fish? I'll explain what I mean because it sounds weird at first, but are you the biggest fish in a small pond? Because here's the truth. It feels really, really good to be the person in the room that knows everything, that has the most experience, and has gone through the most trials and struggles in life, can sit back and tell everyone else how to do things. In a way, I felt that after 7 years of being a videographer. I was in the wedding industry. I learned how to price things, sell to clients, go out to the shoots, work the camera gear, and I kind of reached this wall where I realized, oh my goodness, I'm a big fish in a small pond simply from doing it for 7 years. After that, as we started to step into creating YouTube content, podcasting, I felt like I was starting at zero again. I had no idea what to do. I was completely lost. To be honest, I forgot how hard it was to start something at zero. I went from being a big fish in a small pond in the wedding videography industry to being a small fish in a big pond. The beauty of that is there's a huge opportunity for learning and growth. And even just for a nice hit of your pride to say, hey, I'm not really that great. I'm good, but I'm not that great. It's a good thing to feel that sometimes. I believe there's two ways that we can specifically begin to flesh out this being a small fish in a big pond. The first one is getting around people, or fish for a lack of better examples, that are bigger than us, that are better than us, that have accomplished more than us, that have lived longer than us, that maybe have wisdom in an area that we don't have. We grow by being around people. Proverbs 27:17 says, as iron sharpens iron, so a friend sharpens a friend. That proverb is only going to apply to people around you who actually are sharp and sharpen you. When iron sharpens iron, they've got to be at that same to similar place. The beauty about being inspired by other people and growing with them is in our current world, you actually don't have to do that in person all the time. You can do it through podcasts and YouTube channels and other teachers that have been where you're wanting to go. It's also great to do that in person, but I did want to mention that it's possible to happen in many different ways. The second way we begin to progress in this area is by getting into new environments. As we said, the big and small pond. If you want to be in the film industry, you're getting around things that challenge you, whether that be more hands-on or observing. You are listening to those podcasts, you are watching things. There's something about putting your feet in the places where these things are happening. When I first started podcasting, I had no idea what I was doing. I got around some people who were podcasting. I got around some people who were doing YouTube. Getting around these environments, these cultures, they almost have an atmosphere, which sounds super weird. But once you get in those atmospheres and those cultures, you realize that things aren't quite as scary as you thought. When you go to write that book, when you go to start the business, when you go to jumpstart that next idea, you begin to take those steps into those arenas. And you see one thing that's really important to note. You see that other people just like you are doing those things as well. Although it's hard to face that reality, it's important to face it and say, hey, I don't want to be the biggest fish. I want to be in a place where I can grow and I can progress as a human, as a creator, as an artist. And so if you're willing to accept this, you're willing to step into a place and say, I'm willing to grow. I'm willing to not be the biggest and the best so that I can glean from others and learn and progress at my own pace.